And that's exactly what we see.
Exactly, and it is back to game one, as we see another Queen's Gambit declined, another of these variations with the bishop on e7, and this time Hikaru does play the correct move order, playing pawn to c6. Earlier he played pawn to b6, allowing white to step forward. That would have been super strong, but okay, by transposition, we're back, and this was the game that Alireza was able to grind down. In the near future, I was going to say, playing pawn to h4, this time a more modest approach.
Right, pawn to h3 instead of pawn to h4, controlling the g4 square and not allowing Hikaru's knight. And a ton is happening, by the way. White has sacrificed the pawn, pushing it all the way to c7, David. Counterattack with b4, the knight jumps into b5. All of this is clearly well-known theory.
Yeah, this is a throwback to a clash in a world championship between Magnus Carlsen and Vishy Anand. And I believe there the correct move was pawn to a4. Magnus actually went down in that game to Anand back in 2014. But okay, this is very theoretical, as you say. I would expect the players to know their stuff, so maybe I'm going to kind of ignore the question mark for now. Perhaps Hikaru has a nice idea in mind, but yeah, this pawn on c7 has such a cramping effect on black's pieces.
So let me ask you, was the best move for white then to play a4?
I think it might have been.
Put a queen there? I don't know, something to justify it, right? He plays rook c1. It looks like he's just chucking away the whole queen side, going all in with his c-pawn. It looks a bit scary, but if you can't push that pawn through for white, you're just going to lose. And okay, now a4 for black played, so he kind of evens it out.
Exactly, and the whole idea is that black wants to establish a protected passed pawn, something that will live forever on b3 here. And if you do capture that one, then everything comes with check. White can't castle, and whoa, this must be opening preparation. Check this out, the first brilliancy of this semi-final. White is trying to deflect the two black pieces away from covering d6. Then he'll leap in with his knight and kick away the blockading queen.
I have to say, for the average person, and probably those listening to this commentary right now, knight g5 just looks inexplicable. You do, like, what is... You jump with a knight like that, because normally you're going to go checkmate somebody. This is the second move of a Greek gift sacrifice. Nothing to do with that. Has only to do with, as you said, a square that is... It doesn't even make sense how you should approach this. But by the way, what does black do now? Does he take with the bishop, or does he take with the knight, or does he do none of those things?
Wow, free piece. He chooses to ignore it. As you say there, he needed to at least keep one guardian over the d6 square, so the white knight couldn't jump. That would have not just won, maybe the black queen, but also promoted. So he keeps everything defending the square instead. I'm not sure who this helps, this piece exchange. Maybe black, whose queen can at least now move and maybe hit the white knight in the near future. That's another reason it was important to stop white from cementing that knight with the pawn on a4. And we see the first knight trade, and ooh, crazy.
Apparently DE was the better move. I don't understand. Like, knight e4 is not given a question mark, but I saw white has gained an advantage, which means that you have to take with a pawn and put the knight in the middle probably, which I don't know how you can possibly explain that. Alireza has this ability to find these little moves, like queen c2 is such a dynamic move. It's just understanding you don't need to castle, you don't take on b4. What does queen c2 even do?
Yeah, I think he'd want to bring the queen forward to defend the knight. I do have a feeling that castles is a mistake here, because the white knight might find itself trapped. Not only can the black queen attack the knight, but the rook can also slide forward, and there's no way home.
But you can't even take it because you would promote, but I guess in the long run you would just put the other rook to c8, and then you would find a way to, and that's definitely what Hikaru's trying to do. He's trying to trap the knight, as well as maybe some knight c3, like he's trying to just get in there at the right moment. It doesn't quite work, but that's always an idea. And Alireza deep in the tank. If he pulls out queen c2, I'll be super impressed.
Exactly. Either it's a big use of time and he doesn't find the right move, might be suffering, or it's a great investment of a minute or two if he finds that move. It just pins down the black queen. The black queen cannot move, therefore, because white would be able to promote. Queen c2, will he find it? By far the best move in this position.
We see a live look there at the audience. Shout out. Well, it's like, just like the Jumbotron, and just as exciting.
Exactly.
You know? It's like watching football. I went to Arsenal-Chelsea. Terrible match to bring up for this example. It was 0-0 for 96 minutes. But yes, we need to get some chants going. You know, I'm not trying to get everybody to start yelling, but we got to have some player chants.
Exactly.
You know? Every player in all these leagues has some sort of chant that the fans yell.
Okay, come up with. Make some noise in the audience. We want to hear it. You have the chance. The players can't hear. Let's go.
Oh, they apparently they totally can hear, by the way. But yes, they're going for a nice defense. You know, that's an American thing. Okay, Alireza does not know the best way forward. He is contemplating, is he maybe going to go with queen c2 and queen c6? Is he going to play AB and just move the king? That sometimes is possible in these dynamic positions. Maybe you go rook c6 first, because you want the rook to lead the way and then the queen. Is he looking at, you know, short castles? I love to be in their brains when they spend a minute and a half to make a decision.
Exactly. At this point, is he still calculating or is he cursing himself for freezing? He needs to move.
Or has he disconnected?
Oh, don't say it. Don't do it, Levy. Don't tempt fate.
No, probably not.
Okay, body language says he's just frustrated, can't find the best move. And I think on paper, this is his type of position. It's a bit wild, it's a bit chaotic. He's got pressure, he's got a strong pass pawn, but it is quite theoretical. It's very direct, and that has meant Hikaru's barely spent any time at all.
Wait, sorry, but he has a minute remaining on the clock. He is aware it is his move, right? And he goes for f3. Wow, and that is a very huge commitment because bishop h4 comes with a check.
Ooh, big move. He's definitely been looking at that check, calculating. It's been given a question mark, at least on my screen, this last move, the pawn push. Another idea would be knight to c3, as you mentioned. Just giving back a pawn, but relieving some pressure. There we see the blue arrow, the computer's best choice, knight c3.
And so the idea is you simply go down a pawn, and black will, in the meantime, play something like a b5, b4 to catch up. Is that the point?
Exactly. While Hikaru thinks we'll quickly put it on the board, knight to c3. This is a variation, not the game. We would see some exchanges, and at the very end, b5, as you say, Levy. Pawn to b4, very quick.
And why can't I play like queen b1 and stop it? I guess you play rook b6. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So Hikaru will queen b7. He'll definitely find this.
Yeah, and he's coming. And actually, the pawn just can't move on. Without the knight, you can never break the blockade on this square once the rook slides to c8. So big moment for Hikaru. Apparently giving a check, not as good as the white king just moves. This is, I mean, it's got to be tempting, though.
Bishop h4 in a position like this, if it doesn't actually do anything useful, could just lose the game straight up, because you maroon the bishop on the outskirts of the board, it no longer controls d6, and there you go, you see it after king e2. If Hikaru doesn't have a good follow-up, yeah, like you have to really commit, and this doesn't even work. It's not even good. You win some material, but the attack is overwhelming on the other side of the board. And apparently it's not even queen e1.
It's not even queen e1. This is what I thought, and the knight would be trapped, but apparently there's something even stronger. Now queen c2.
Yeah, queen c5.
Oh, wow.
We do have a move.
Okay, it is...
We don't have a move. That was the board clicking back. Little move sounds. So both guys are just going to commit to giving us a time scramble in this game. This is why 3+1 is so exciting. The pace of the game disallows these deep thoughts. And I wonder if this was a match 3-0, Hikaru would play whatever opening he wants. But he's playing these Queen's Gambit declines, grinding it down. And sometimes it can be difficult because it's a position that requires the finesse of a classical game. But you have like a minute to make 3 big decisions, and then you're in a time scramble. Like, look at this position. This is insanity. It's torture to come up with moves here with a minute on the clock.
Yeah, this is wild. Playing your best openings, playing these solid ones, as you say, is black.
Oh!
Ooh, means you walk into prep. We see a mistake.
Wow. Bishop h4 is a huge decision from Hikaru. I mean, it's check. He definitely saw this coming. Now, he's likely not to commit to knight f2 unless he has totally figured things out. So I do wonder what the follow-up is going to be here.
Yeah, there are other tempting moves. Maybe the black queen will slide to hit the knight, for example. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, king to f1. That is odd, because now the rooks don't connect.
Okay, but finding, I mean, knight g3, it makes sense, and he plays it. Wow, and now the bishop is going to hit the pawn and stop knight d6.
Yeah, that is a huge gain for Hikaru. If Alireza thought that this was black's move anyway, he would far rather have had his king forward on e2 and, wow, sacrifice. What's he sacrificing, Levy?
He's sacrificing the rook, but he's not even moving it, which is a little bit less exciting. But now Hikaru has a really big decision to make. I mean, he did all of this to take the rook, but is that actually the best move? Or does he go for queen d7?
I don't think there's time. I think knight to d6 would be a bone cruncher there, forcing the pawn through for promotion. I don't think black has the time. And he goes back, Hikaru.
But now g4 should simply win the game on the spot, no? Or like, how do you...
Exactly, g4, e4, something kicking the knight away. Wow, that is crazy. Not just retreating, but giving away any counterplay. Wow.
He totally believed him. Wow, he's giving him counterplay with the a-pawn, maybe. These decisions are mystifying.
It's the time, it's the clock, 20 seconds for Alireza. Why would he take a pawn that's not going anywhere when he could hit a knight? Knight to d6, we talked about that magical square, and now maybe there's no time. The black rook will be able to come over and block, or at least one of them.
Why is the other rook not coming? I don't get it. Maybe Hikaru was worried about some discovered attacks. But David, this is very different. In the previous game, Alireza had a huge time advantage. Now it's Hikaru who's going to try to trick him down the stretch.
Exactly, and in such a crazy position, he's got very good chances. Black missed the opportunity a few moves ago to block the G3 square with his bishop. The white rook in the corner would have been trapped, but now the white rook will be sliding in the near future, and all of the white pieces are connected again.
But this is not what you wanted on d6. It's almost like you wish you could eat your own piece, but you can. And he goes a3, deflecting the knight away from the defense. Bishop goes back to h2. 8 seconds for Firouzja.
Ooh, it's got to be stopped. Knight d6, you have to stop it. There we go. Hikaru covers the square, shake of the head, but okay, it's one of the best positions he's had in a while until this last move. Question mark for the most natural moves. This is a wild game.
Yeah, bishop all the way back maybe to f8, or you have to find a way to reposition here and not go down on time. He's wincing at the screen because he doesn't know exactly what to do, but you want to make a move. The other guy has 3 seconds.
He wants to surprise Alireza somehow.
Wow.
There we go. What is this? He's blocked the c-file, but at what cost?
Oh, he's winning the pawn.
Oh, it's level material after
1 second for
all of that.
Alireza.
Gotta move, gotta move.
Rook
a3.
Yeah, rook a3, but rook c3. Firouzja's doing such a good job containing everything and defending everything.
Oh, this is his chance, though, Hikaru, to get his first win of the match. Knight on f5 looks super strong, though.
Queen c3, by the way. Queen c3 is like various mate threats are coming. You could also take on c5, maybe.
Mm-hmm. It was on his mind. He wants the d5 pawn instead. Black has several weaknesses, isolated pawns. Bishop for knight exchange. The rook getting kicked away. Alireza is going to win a pawn now.
He's going to win a pawn, and he's completely crashing through.
Hikaru missed his chance. Now he's low on the clock. The rooks connect. Alireza defends everything.
And Alireza's looking at a 2-game lead here. Wow, the king is running.
He's allowed some exchanges. Something to take on e3. It would be queen versus 2 rooks in that scenario. Not taken by Hikaru.
What? Now the white king is like in the sniper's line. Queen c6.
Oh, this has to end in checkmate. Surely the white king was so open, but no, he's closed all the lines, and that is a pin on the black rook. Queen's off.
Yes, queen's off, and the endgame is just winning for white.
Surely those pawns are so good. Pawn up, but they're all connected as well. Oh, the knight dropping back, allowing checks. This has been an error-strewn game.
Oh my gosh, king f5 is incoming. The b pawn is queening. David Black might win.
Oh my gosh, Hikaru, he's turning on the magic, but the rook does block. Anyone's game. 3 results possible. 2 seconds versus 3 seconds. One more twist, surely.
Oh my goodness, Black might be playing for a win. He is.
Wow, Hikaru's turned it around. Rook and pawn endgame. He's going to end up with at least 1 pawn up. 2 pawns up, potentially.
This is unfathomable, David. It's a winning endgame. He's just going to queen the pawn because the king is cut off. How did he do it?
Well, this is easy stuff now for Hikaru. That was magic. The Lucina position is incoming. The white king is cut along the e-file. Nothing to do here. Alireza, you can see it on his face. What?
David, how did he do that?
We'll have to break it down a bit later, talk in more detail, but look at this. He's built the bridge. He's going to block from behind any checks with his rook, and there we go. Hikaru gets his first win.
Unbelievable game the London Bridge has built. It has been built. It is not falling down. 1.5, 1.5. That's all you can ask for. I'm completely speechless. What a game.